Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juan Carlos Monsalve. Today is August 21st, 2024. The time of this recording is 12:34 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to record another video of Baccarat today. I'm going to explain a little bit about my strategies and I'm going to play a little bit of a new shoe today. I invite you to visit my website, juancarlosmonsalve.com. This is the first page. Welcome to my Baccarat research site. Together, we will observe new things. Um, you can make any contributions to my channel through the link that I have there that it says donate now. You can do that. Um, and there is a little mission, our team, our products, the way to contact me. Baccarat definition and rules. There is a little information there that I found in Wikipedia. You can read that information about how the rules apply on this game and a little bit of history. Some information about my thoughts, original thoughts when I start recording these videos about Baccarat, about how to play. I need to update that information. I haven't visited this information since I started recording these videos. One of the pages shows current strategies, and I will go over how my strategies work. Basically, I have played so far 133 shoes. I have a strategy when the shoe starts with player, one when the shoe starts with banker, and when the shoe starts with a tie. The reason why I play player on the first hand is because I have more players on the first hand. I have 67 players on the first hand, 52 bankers on the first hand, and 14 ties on the first hand. And I identify player as a positive number and banker as a negative number. I give a value of 1 to player and -1 to banker. And I do math with those two numbers. And every hand in every position, like hand number one, number two, number three, has a position, and I see what has been more frequent on that position. Like in this case, or when it starts with player, hand number three has been more frequent having a bank. That's why it's -10. Or position number four, hand number four of the shoe that when it starts with player, in this case is number four. That means that four more players than bankers on that position. And sometimes there is a tie hand or tie the number of bankers and players, like in hand number 34 here. It shows zero. That means that it has been even numbers. So when I do banker or player and I have a zero there, I play it as a banker because there is a little advantage of the banker. That's why I go banker when it's a zero position or zero weight. That's what I call it. And when it's a shoe, start with a tie. When it's a zero, I will go player. Like in this case here, zero, I will play. I will go player on those positions. I still try to play only the beginning of the shoe. I try to play just the beginning. Hopefully, with the first 10 hands, make the money and out. This is the next section in my website is the shoes that I have play. I only have one open. This is the last shoe that I played. That was yesterday, August 20th. 2024. I have 38 players, 36 bankers, 5 ties for a total of 79 hands. I don't have a video for this shoe yesterday. I have been playing. I haven't recorded a video since July 4. The reason it takes time to process a video. No, it's not only the time when I play the shoe, but also to process it takes some time. And I have these. My videos are posted. My main channel is my YouTube channel at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652. If you found me in Facebook or Rumble or Twitter or any other channels, my main channel is YouTube, where I have the playlist there. You can right now have like 78 videos there. Please find me in YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Again, my website is juancarlosmonsalve.com. You want to support my channel, you can do it through Cash App at $ Juan Carlos Monsalve, or through PayPal at paypal.me/ Juan Carlos Monsalve 12. Again, my YouTube channel at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652. I also have a Facebook group, Baccarat Research, and a Rumble account is J Monsalve 32. And very important, please give it a like to this video and all other videos that I have available in my channels. Subscribe to YouTube, Rumble, join my Facebook group, ring the bell for future notifications, and share these videos with others in your personal social media sites or platforms. If you need to send me an email, you can do it through email at juancarlosmonsalve12@gmail.com. This is the shoe that I played yesterday. This is available in my website again. There is a section that it says scorecards. One of the scorecards is the latest one. I have it open like this. You can download it and you can print it. This one is a leather size and it has 5 pages. Um, and you can just click here, next, 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 all the way to the last page. And on this page, it shows that I make 100. This is fictitious money, of course. Applying the formula, $125. The amount that I was under was 275 plus the last bet of 400. That I needed $675 to be able to make 125. And this is and the next section, it says downloads, when I don't have a video, it says no video, but it says play August 20, 2024. That was the last shoe that I played here at home. I'm trying to play one shoe every day, even if I don't record a video. I'm still trying to reach my target. The original target is at least 200 shoes play. Probably within the next few years, I wish I can get to 2,000 or probably more than that. But the original is at least 200. It doesn't mean that I don't play. Yes, I will play using these strategies. It's just the more plays, the more history that I have with these shoes that I play at home, the more that I have, I think that the better the strategy is. And the way that it works, I have two different spreadsheets that I use. One where I have all the shoes that I have played. The first shoe that I played was back in October 8, 2023. The first recording that I have is October 13, 2023. I use the first shoes that I play just to practice how to use the camera. That's when I started last year. And basically, my strategy is I keep track of all the shoes that I play. I line them up from hand number one all the way to hand number maximum number of hands is 100 and excuse me, is 81 hands. That's why I have room for 81 hands. Probably one or twice has gone over 81 hands, but I just collect the most of the time is 81 or less, mostly less than 81 hands. When I line up all these shoes, I get some totals on the bottom. That's why I use one for player minus one for banker. When I sum the numbers, it tells me what was more frequent. In this case, the first shoe, it was minus 16. That means that we have 16 more bankers than players. Total of hands 79, 7 ties, Net number of hands is 79 hands total. We subtract the number of ties, then I got the net number of hands, 72. That give me an advantage of the banker of 22.22. When it's in blue, 4.48, that means that we have more players than bankers, like in this case 3, on this case 11. And when it says 0, that means that it was even number of bankers and players. That way I can, at the end of the first section, I have the first section here. I have this uh, I have this spreadsheet divided in three sections. The first section is the one that shows me or where I have all the shoes that I have played in that order, hand number 1 all the way to number 81. And on the bottom, it tells me the totals for that shoe. And at the end of the number of shoes that I have played, in this case, 133, 134 shoes that I played. This is uh, uh, yeah, 133 in this case. If I do the totals at the end, that's when I get the strategy. Because let's say that I have on the first hand, I have 15. That means that 15 more players than bankers on the first hand. The next four hands, the next four hands, it shows more bankers than players. That's when I use all the shoes, And then the second section here, it says first. The second section that I have here is when I compare the actual strategy versus the shoe that I play, or the one that I'm comparing it to. So in this case here, one means a win, and -1 or red means a loss. Yeah, that gives me some totals at the end. At the end of the shoe, at the end on the bottom, it shows if I have more wins or losses. uh, 16 positive, 5 negative, 11 positive, 15 positive. This is using that information. This is that information with the current strategy. The strategy varies every time that I play a new shoe. I add that new information to do the new calculations. And on the third section, this is the last part that I have been working on. I have not completed it before. Now it looks that I completed it. Um, where it shows applying that the Monsalve betting system, how much money I would have made using that strategy, using that money management system, and it shows that information here. When it's red, it's a loss. When it's blue, it's a win, and it had their own stop. I have the two stops and one continue. I will show that when I start playing, and this one also at the end shows the totals. Um, Basically, my discovery, and when I start doing that, I saw that that was the best strategy that I have been using, because I tried many different strategies. So when I found out that one, I was happy. But then one of the things that I tried was to split. What happened if I split the shoes that start with player and the shoes that start with banker? And that's what I did. And basically, I did that, and it shows here the same thing that happened on the first section. This spreadsheet, I have it divided in 5 different tabs. One that it says all, where all the shoes together mix. One section or one tab here, it shows all the shoes that started with player. Another tab, the shoes that started with banker, and also a shoe when it starts with a tie. I have separated the all. I divided in 3 more tabs. for each one of them, and then the results tab. The results tab. This one is all formulated that when I update the all or the player, banker, or tie, it automatically updates this information. This is the one that I print and make it available in my website. This information that I offer is free. I have it available in my website. Anyone who wants to use it to verify your own strategies at home, you can do it. You can print this information. I don't charge anything for this information. And when I go here, let's say to go to player, I have the same thing. I line up all the shoes, hand number one all the way to hand number 81. Um, and then at the end of all the shoes that I have played, in this case it shows that I have 67 shoes have started with player. And if I go all the way to the end, I have each one of these tabs or sections. I have it up to 200 shoes that I'm going to play. 200 with player, 200 with banker, 200 also with all, and 200 with tie. And it creates a new strategy. When I split this information, when these are with players, so it shows in this case 67 shoes have started with player. Hand number 2 and 3 shows that there are more bankers on hand number 2 and number 3. Hand number 4 shows that more players than bankers. What I'm looking for with this type of a strategy is to have a mix of bankers and players. When I go to the casino, I don't recommend to play online. I haven't tested these strategies online. I personally don't play online. Um, so when you go to the brick and mortar casino, this is the strategy that I will use to play with when the shoe start with player. Hand number one player. If I get player on the first hand, then the next two will be two bankers. The fourth hand number four will be a player. Hand number 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be bankers. Again, when you start with player, when you start with banker, because the edge that the banker has over player, when it's tied, when it's even, then I go banker on those hands because that age. But when you start with tie, I go player because I will show you the information in regards to when you start with a tie. This is the first section. That's why it says here first. I go to the second section, and basically what I do is I compare this strategy versus each one of the shoes that I have played. And when it says player here, when it says blue, that means it's a win. On the second section, when it says number one, is a win. -1 is a loss. So we can see here is a win or a loss by blue, or 1 is a win. Red or -1 is a loss. When it's 0, it's because it was a tie hand. So it doesn't give me or doesn't take away from me. So at the end of this, it shows what was that. It was positive, it was negative, because it can go in favor or against the strategy. So like in the first one here, it says 16 positive, 5 negative. That means that if I have played a flat bet, on this one I would have won 16 hands. On this one I would have lost 5. On this one I would have won 9. On this one I would have won 6. On this one 14. On these two I would have lost. Sometimes the strategy, like any strategy, sometimes is very good towards the strategy that I'm using. Sometimes it's the opposite. That means that's why the betting system has to um, has to be the best. That's why I apply my own betting system. That is the Monsalve betting system, or the system when I double my money every time that I lose. Unlike the martingale betting system that you reset every time that you win, what I do is I just keep the same bet. I don't go back to the original bet. I just keep the same bet even if I win, because what I'm looking for is to every time that I lose, I increase my bet. But when I start winning, I don't want to go back and start from the beginning, because it's going to take me a long time to make my profit. So I just want to make my profit and get out. That's the philosophy of my strategies, including the betting system, to be able to make the money and get out, even if it's a small win, but at least something that is constant. Um, Something that is constant, something that I can rely on. So again, the second section here is win or losses. And the third section, this is the section, I already had this section before, but I had not spent much time working on this formula, so I needed to tune them up, and I just did. I think that they are working fine now, where all the money system is applied. um, and even with the one that I had no problem was with the tie, when it started with the tie, because every time that the new scenario presents here, if I don't have it, so I need to figure out the way to add that scenario to make the calculations automatic. So this is the number third section here is the money part. And if I go to the bottom, he says how much money I would have make. On this one, it shows me what was the highest amount, what was the lowest that I was. On this one was highest amount was 100. But because on this one I was not in the negative, I was positive. So the only money that I needed here was basically $75. On this one I was in the hole, 300. The highest bet was 400, so 400 plus 300 is 700. 700 is what I needed for me to be able to make 2,900. On this one here, the win was 300, and uh, the lowest amount that it was in 100 in the hold, and then 200 maximum bet. Also, I needed 300 to make 300. This one, 850 profit, $800 was the highest bet, 350 was the amount that was in the hole to make. So I needed 1150 to be able to make 850. So my recommendation is to have at least 60 units of the amount that you gonna play. If you start with a $25 table, then 60 units is about 1,500. If the minimum bet is 50, so 60 units is 3,000. If the minimum bet is 100, 60 units is 6,000. But you multiply this by the number, by the amount. If I start with 25, but then it's not 25 by 50, that means that you make double the money that it shows here. If I go all the way to the end here, it shows what was the maximum amount. On this one, the maximum amount, and this is something that I'm trying to lower. There are two shoes out of the 67 where it shows that it went out of the whack here. 14,750, maximum bet 5,000, so it went to 19,750. So this one is the more shoes that I add, I'm looking to reduce these amounts. That's why the more shoes that I play, the better this strategy that can work. This is a work in progress, but those are two cases. There was another one here that had the same situation, where it went really high, and to the point where um, that if I didn't have the money, if I don't have the money, that means that was a shoe where I have lost, and that's what I'm looking for, um, a better um, a better strategy that I can go more confident to the casino and make. Here it tells me how much money I needed. So in this case, 675, 300, 375. So the more low amounts that I have here, the more confident that I can go to the casino to to play. This is the player side. On the banker side, if I have applied this is again, this is the first section here. The banker is -1, player is 1, 0 is a tie. If I go to the second section here, the second section on top is a second. And the second section, blue is a win, red is a loss, 0 is a tie. On the bottom also it shows me the blue one is a positive hands. That means that wins, more wins than losses. Red is more losses than wins. And at the end, it tells me how many hands total I will have won or loss. In this case was 386, more wins than losses. And then the money section. The money section here as well, applying the same Monsalve betting system, how this information can show a profit. The $125 profit. This is my last bet of 100. So I will explain how I apply my two stops. I have two stops and one continue. Those are the only the only three situations where I have to make a decision. I continue playing, or I have to stop. I'm using a more conservative way to make, even if, because if I don't have those restrictions on when to stop, it can go wild. It can go. I can risk more. I can lose more. But if I apply this conservative exits or ways when I need to exit, I reduce the possibilities of losing. So this is the third section. Under the third section here, also I have all the way to 200 shoes. If I go here on on the bottom, it shows this one 6,350. That means that is the maximum. This one was only 6,350, but if I have used this formula, and if I had this 6,350 all the time while I was playing, I would have made 44,600. That's applying my betting system and including my strategy. So, and the same thing happened with the tie. We need to start with the tie. I have the three different sections here. The three different sections show start with the tie sometimes, and when I was having problem was when it was a second tie on the second position. Only uh, I only have 14 shoes that I've started with tie out of the 133, and these 14 ties on the first hand, but two hands, first and second, only two hands, or actually two shoes, that I have this situation, and I have to work the formula to be able to make it work, or to make it bypass that situation of having two ties on the first position. And here I have again how many on the first section. It shows me number of uh, uh, blue is a player, and red is a banker. That's why what I found out is, like, when it start with with a tie, I have more players than bankers. I have out of the 14 shoes, only three shoes that were more bankers than players. That's why the advantage of the player over the banker when he started with the tie, and I was curious about that. It showed the number of hands, the number of ties, and the net number of hands, and what is the positive when it's a positive number here. That means that more players than bankers when it's in red. In this case, the banker has an 18.84% better option of the position of the banker over the player. If I go all the way to the end, okay, the second section also shows the profit. If I apply the money management on the second section, on the second section is if I have a win or a loss. On this one, it says 21 wins, 15 wins, 14, 11, 24. In this case was five losses, five more losses than wins. Okay, we're continuing with the second part of the recording. I can record every 30 minutes. So the first 30 minutes already passed. And again, I'm talking about when the third section. This is the no. This is the second section of when the shoe starts with the tie. The blue is number one, or blue is that is a win. A minus one is a loss, or red. On the bottom, also I can do math. That's why I use one and minus one, because I can do math. 21 positive, 15 positive, those are wins. So if I have used this strategy for that shoe, that tells me if I have one more wins than losses. On this one, it says more losses, five more losses than wins, 27 more wins than losses, 27 more wins than losses. Even if I use this, I don't recommend to use. I don't recommend to use to go to play flat bet. You start playing flat bet using this strategy, you will end up losing little by little, but you will be losing. There are other things that happen at the casino. I don't know what those things are, but those are some type of energies, demons, or I don't know what happened. But if you play these strategies when you go to the casino, you just play flat bet. You can win many, but then you will start losing. I don't know if anyone that has any type of strategy that's what happened. That's why my strategy is go in, play, play fast, make the money fast, and get out. That's the design of my betting system. Is play, apply some rules. If the rules apply, then exit when the person is up. I have my betting system is making 5 units. If you make five, at least 5 units, it's time to go. Nor will you make 5 units. You will sometimes you will make more. It depends on the strategy that if it applies, and but we will play in a little bit. We will play. We will start a shoe, and I will exit, and I will stop the recording at that moment. In this case here, it says one is a win, red is a loss. This is the second section here. If I apply the money management to the same, is here in the third section. Every column here has the date. Is because I'm comparing the strategy towards the shoe or the game for that day that I play. Then I have a win or a loss, and then I apply the formula, the money management system, how much money I would have won. In this case, I have a loss the first hand. Well, it was two hands on the first shoe, two ties, so there was no win or loss. And the third hand, it was a loss. When every time that I have a loss, I double. In this case, I won 50. So I have lost 25 before, so I have 25. I was 25 up, and then the hand number five, it says that I have a loss of 50. So now I had before 25 plus I lost 50. Now I'm in the whole 25. Then because I lost 50, I doubled $175. I was up because after one loss and then one win. After this loss, I don't have my target, that is 125 or 5 units of 25 is 125, because I in this with this loss I don't have my target. I continue, I double my money here. With this win, one win after one loss, if I still don't have my target, I will have to continue. If I have two wins in a row with this second win, I have my target. But because I have two wins in a row, I'm gonna stay, because I'm looking to get to go into a winning streak. I don't go back to the original bet of 25, because I want to make my money fast. And if I start making my money, I don't exit. I just stay there. So $100 here, $100 here. I was already meeting my target of 125, but because I have two wins in a row, I will stay. I make a third win of 100. Now I have 275 because I am winning. I'm not gonna exit at that moment. I have another win, so I make 375 because I'm winning. I'm gonna stay until I have a loss. After I have one loss, if I have my target, then it's time to exit. And this is the calculation of this formula shows that. And the same thing happened here. The first one was a tie. Then I had a loss on the first hand. I doubled the money. I was up 25. I won another 50. Now I'm up to 75. I have a loss here because I lost 50. I lost this 50. Now I am left with 25 out of the 75 that I had because I lost here. I doubled my money. I have 100. Now I have my target 125, but because it's a win after one loss, and at that moment I reach my target, I have to leave the table. I just cash out or coloring at that moment. I don't stay any longer. I don't want to stay and see what will have happened next hand. I would have won, I would have lost because it doesn't make sense to stay and witness something that doesn't. I don't care what is going to happen with the shoe at that moment. The same thing here happened. If you look at here, this shoe start with a tie, then one loss, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row, then one loss. I have my target 375. It's time to go. If I go all the way to the bottom, it tells me here I was in the hole here $25. My highest bet was 100. I just needed $125 to make 275. On this one, I only needed 125, and this one 325. And if I go all the way to the end, I only have 14 shoes. But I go all the way to the end. It shows me that I would have the maximum amount of money that I needed for this for all these 14 shoes was 2,750, and I was able to make 3,275. That's only in 14 shoes. If I go here to the results page, I have and this is also calculated. Here is what I call the weight for player, banker, tie, and all together. It tells me what are the numbers according to the accumulated numbers on each one of these three or four actually tabs. It tells me here what is more, players or bankers, and then I converted this to one or minus one. Again, when it's a zero on when it starts with player or banker, I convert that to a minus one. That means that I'm going to play banker at that moment. And with a tie, when it's a zero, then I will convert that to a one. I will be playing player. This is two forms that I have used. First as a player, banker, banker, player. This is when it start with player, when it start with banker, when it start with tie. But right now in my website, I print this page here that it says player, banker, tie. That means that in my website you can print it. If you want to use my strategy, you can. You can fold this. You can fold it in three different tri-folded. You have three columns here to be able to write. If you want to write information, what was the score? It was who won that hand, player, banker, or tie, how much money you have, the accumulated money that you have. You have three columns for each one of the hands. But again, it's a player is a positive, banker is a negative, zero is up to you what you want to play, player or banker. I put it here as a zero, zero. That's the weight, but you can choose if you want to play banker or player at that moment. I play these two columns. I play banker. On this one, I play player. If I go here, if I go to the original information of the shoe, it shows that there are more players when it start with the when it start with the tie. When this is zero means tie. when I start with the tie, I see that I have more players than bankers. And I go here to the end of the section, the first section. It shows here that I have 193. This is section number. This is the second section. When I go to the 193 is the positive wins or losses. The positive. What I need is the information here. This is the first section. It shows that I have 33 more players than bankers. I have played on this one 1,092 hands, 99 ties, net number of hands 993. He gave me a positive 3.32 advantage of the player. Advantage of the player when it is an advantage of the player, no an advantage of the banker, like usually the shoe tells me. And also here the 9.07 is the percentage of the ties with the number of hands that I have played. So when I go here to all the shoes, I bring that information from all the shoes, and I compare that information. I go all the way to the first section here, and it shows this is the when I use only one strategy for all the shoes. And here it tells me like 133 positive. I convert this 100, well, this is 133 shoes play with 660 wins. This is if I use only one strategy with all the shoes together, but if I separate, I convert that to 1132 positive. Instead of 660 is 1132. That is almost double. Is 553 more positive when I use this strategy for player, 386 positive when I apply this strategy to banker, when I start with banker, and 183 positive when it start with a tie. It tells me that there are 39 more bankers than players when it start with player, and 152 more bankers than players when it start with banker. The total number of hands, I have played 10,262, 5,104 when it started with player, 4,030 when it started with banker, 1,092 when it started with a tie. Then the number of tie, 491 when it started with player, 378 when it started with banker, 99 when it started with a tie. He gave me a net number of hands. He gave me a 0.84 of the banker when you start with a tie with a player, or 4.16 when it start with banker, and the advantage of the player when it start with a tie is a player's advantage, no bankers, is 3.32 for an average of 1.70. And here is the amount of money on the one that is low here. Is because there were losses, a couple of shoes where I have losses, or actually only one loss, but it reduces my win here of 5,625. This is what I'm going to be monitoring when I'm going to be able to break this, because with the banker I had a profit of 44,600, with a when it start with a tie 3,275, but because I have that negative in one of the shoes out of the 67, that's why it reduces my profit to 5,625, and this is what I'm working on right now. So what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to this is the shoe that I use. I use a decks like in the casino. I use a decks of cards, and this is my regular Baccarat table. and this is my tray, this card tray that I use. So I'm gonna play. The other, I go to my other spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet that I use to uh, for the shoe. In this case, I played yesterday with 133. This is the number of shoes that I have played before yesterday. So when I'm gonna start a new shoe, this is what I do. I come here. I say this is the master scorecard is the one that I'm gonna be working on. What I do, I come here and update the date. Today is August 21st. I delete the first card. I delete the first card, and then I come here and I copy the results of the shoes that I played yesterday. Yesterday I played a shoe where I have 38 players, 36 bankers, 5 ties for a total of 79 hands. What I do, I come here. This is a formula. This is a formula of who won this hand. 5, 9 on the first hand. That was a banker. So I'm going to bring this information that is formulated. I'm going to copy from hand number 1 all the way to hand number 81. I'm going to copy this information. I'm going to bring it to my other uh, spreadsheet. And this spreadsheet is first I come here to the one that it says all. I'm going to come here to the end of the shoe, and I see that I have three shoes. The last three shoes have started with player. I come here and I do copy and I paste the values. I don't paste the formulas because it's going to change the information. I just change and I just paste the values. And because I see that this is a banker shoe. That's what I call. We start with banker. That's a banker shoe. So banker. So I come to the tab that it says banker, and I go all the way to the first section as well. But I go to the end where I have the last time that it was banker was in August 16, 2024. I come here and I copy this and I paste the values again, no the formulas, because if not it's gonna change that information. So here I brought that information of the last shoe. I go back uh, to this. I go back here. Um, I forgot which was this one. August 20. I'm gonna copy the date and the first card, and I'm coming back here and I'm gonna paste that information here as well. On the banker side, this is the column that I brought here because I bring that information twice to two different tabs. I'm gonna uh, bring the date and the first card. I don't use the first card for anything. I still collect the information because somebody may be interested to know this information. What was the first card that it was born? We always burn one card plus the number of cards that that card dictates. If it's a 9, that card plus 9 more, or a face card, or a 10, well, 10 more cards. So when I do that, I updated this information, and this information, if I go to the results tab, this information is it already updates. Before here it was 133. Now it's 134 because this is the new strategy. The strategy that should or that affects this one is the banker, because I only modify the banker strategy or the banker um, uh, it's the information of the banker because it was a banker shoe. So I come here, I copy this information for all the way from hand number 81, but I include the totals here where it says player, banker, and tie. I copy this information. I go back to the one that I used to play, and this is the one that I'm going to be using again. the one that is a master scorecard. I come here and I update this information to be able to start my new shoe today. It says here 133 shoes that I have used before, and that's why this shoe number is 134. When I bring that information here, I'm going to bring only the values again, and now it's 134 shoes that I have played before, and this shoe is going to label it as shoe number 135. Here, I'm going to go ahead and delete the data of the shoe that I had played yesterday. And I always delete all the way to 81, even if I don't have any information in hand number 80 and 81, I still delete that information. I just want to make sure that there is no data there that is going to affect my result. So I clear that information and it immediately deletes the results here and also the results on this part here, because I'm going to start a new shoe. What I do, I'm going to use, this is the weight, the negative and positive uh, players and bankers. But here it tells me in color and number one or minus one what I should be playing at that moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and bar the first card. This is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to just play a few hands until I have until I apply my formula and it's time to leave. I will stop the recording there. So I'm going to burn the first card. The first card is a king of spades. So with this one, I need to burn 10 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of 10 cards. So I write down or I type the information is a king of spades. And then I come here to the first position because I'm going to play my first hand. And this is the first card that I burn plus the number of cards that it dictates. So now I'm going to play the first hand. First card for player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. This is 5 and 9 plus 6, 15. We cut the 10, so it's only 5, 5, 5. This one requires a third card. The third card is a 7. And so this one makes it a 2. 15 plus 7, 22. That means that we cut the first 2 is a 2. And the banker, 9 plus 6 is 15. And according to the card, when I got 5, I only get a third. I will get a third card if I get 4, 5, 6, or 7. In this case, it's a 7, so I need to get a third card here. So it's a 7 as well. So this one is a tie hand. So 22, 9 plus 16, 15 plus 7, 22. That means that here is another 2. This is one of those cases where it's a tie on the first hand. So because it's a tie on the first hand, I will have to follow the tie hand strategy. In this case, is this. So what I do here, where it says weight, I do equal. I come here to where it says weight, and I press enter. The way is 0. And then my play, I'm going to do equal. I'm going to bring the tie. This is this one here, tie hand, and that will be my play because I play tie on the first hand. Because I play tie on the first hand, that's why I play one here. So I copy these two cells where it says weight and my play. I'm going to copy this all the way to hand number 81 because this is the strategy that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the tie hand, um, the tie hand um, uh, strategy. So I'm going to be using this one. So now I'm going to play the second hand. First card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Now this is a tie hand again. 9, 9. So this is the third shoe that I have played out of the 135, where I have two ties on the first and second on second 9, 9. So two tie hands, and it shows here 0, 0. So I'm going to play the third hand, first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Now we have a natural 8, 5. Natural 8 player, 5 banker. This is a player hand. I was playing player. I won this hand. I won $25. My next play is going to be another player. So first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Now it's a natural 9, but it's on the banker side. So 0 player, natural 9 banker. This is the banker hand. And I was playing, this is a banker hand, that's -1. And here it tells my play. My play is a 1 that is player. So I lost this hand. That's why on this side it's a win is a 1, loss is a -1. And I lost the first $25, but because I was winning 25, now I'm back in 0. My hand number 5, I'm going to be playing banker because the weight is -5. So first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 5 for a total of 8. Banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4. So um, player 8, banker 4. So this is a player hand. I was playing banker. I lost this hand. I lost $50. Remember, $25 that I lost before. I doubled my money. I lost again. Now I am down $50. And the count or number of hands, if it's positive, that means that I'm winning number of hands 1 on this one. Because I lost this one, I went back to 0. Now that I lost another 1, that means that now I am down 1 hand. One more hand lost than 1. I pick up the cards. I want to play my first and my next hand because this one started with player. That's why I'm going to be playing when it's 0. I'm going to play player. Um, when it's a banker or player or banker shoes, I will play banker. On this one, I know there is an advantage on the player when it starts with player, so I'm going to play player. So first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Now player has a 2, banker has a natural 9, and that one was a loss. I was playing banker. No, I got a banker. I was playing player. I lost this hand. I lost $100. Now I am down 150. My next hand, I'm going to be playing banker. First card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Now player has a 7, and banker has a natural 8. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker. I won this hand. I won $200. Now I am up $50. And then the count number of hands, I was down 2 hands. Now I am down only 1, but I am at $50. My next play is gonna be another $200. As a difference, I lost 3 hands in a row here, and my last win was 200. But the difference between the Monsalve betting system and the martingale betting system is that I don't reset the bet amount. I keep betting $200. That's my minimum now is 200. I will double if I lose, but if I win, I keep the same bet amount. My next bet is going to be a player. I see the weight is a positive 8. That's why I'm going to be playing player. So first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Now I lost this hand as well. So 0 player, natural 9 banker. And this is a banker hand. I was playing player. I lost this hand. I lost $200. And now I am down 150. I am down 2 hands. Out of the 8 hands, I have lost 2 more hands those that I have won. But there are 2 ties there as well. So my next play is going to be, I'm going to be playing 2 bankers in a row. So first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Now, okay, I continue with the recording. I already finished playing a second section. I wish I have done it within two sections or less than 1 hour of my recording, but I'm in the last hand of this shoe that I'm gonna play, that I'm gonna record. I will continue playing until the end, but at this moment I'm gonna play only uh, for the recording. I'm gonna play only until I leave the table. In this case, I have 7 player, a banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker. I won this hand because the previous hand I lost 200 and I was down 150. With this win, I win 400. That I recoup my 200. Now I have a profit of 250 because I with this when I lost here, I have not my target. My target was 125. I was down 150, so I have to play again, and I have one win. With this win of 400, then I recoup my 150, and then I have left with my profit. In this case, 250. My target is 5 units of 25, 125. This is more than 125, so this is time for me to leave. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up the cards of the hand number one. This 250 is the profit in 9 hands. I'm going to play one more in the recording because the calculations is going to stop here where it says the money betting system is automatically will stop. So this is the first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. This is a 7 player and 4 banker. So player stands with 7. Banker gets a third card. The third card is a 4 for a total of 8. So 7 player, 8 banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker and I won this hand. In this moment, at this moment, there is no bet amount here because I already reached my target. So it shows me no bet amount. I still keep my 250. This is going to continue all the way down to hand number probably 81 or less. And I will continue playing. 7, 8 is my last hand. I'm not going to record anymore, but I will have this information available again in my website. My website, juancarlosmonsalve.com. I have all the history of all the shoes that I have played. They are there available. They are free of charge. I don't charge for any of this information. If you want to support my channel, you can do it through Cash App at $ Juan Carlos Monsalve or through PayPal at paypal.me/. Juan Carlos Monsalve 12. Please access my YouTube channel at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652. Give it a like to my video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for future notifications, share the channel, share my videos with others. And also, you can find me in my Facebook group, Baccarat Research, or in Rumble at jmonsalve32 is my Rumble account there. If you need to send me an email, you can send it to juancarlosmonsalve12@gmail.com. Again, I will have this information available in my website with today's date, August 21st, 2024. I hope you like this information. I hope you find it useful. If you already like Baccarat, you like to play Baccarat, you can use this information, or you can use the information to create new strategies, play at your own risk. Um, you can verify if your current strategies work. You can use the data of these of the shows that I have played. That information is available in my website. That's all for today. Thank you. I will see you in my next video. Thank you and have a great day.